How made steel? Steel is made through a process called steelmaking, which involves several steps. The two primary methods of steelmaking are the basic oxygen furnace (BOF) process and the electric arc furnace (EAF) process. Here is an overview of these processes. Iron ore mining. The first step in steelmaking is the extraction of iron ore from the earth. Iron ore is a rock that contains iron in various concentrations. Iron ore processing. The extracted iron ore undergoes processing to remove impurities such as silica, alumina, and phosphorus. This process is known as beneficiation or ore dressing. Iron ore smelting. The processed iron ore is then smelted in a blast furnace to produce pig iron. In the blast furnace, iron ore, coke, a form of coal, and limestone are fed into the furnace from the top. The intense heat of the furnace melts the iron ore, and the coke acts as a reducing agent, combining with oxygen in the iron ore to produce carbon monoxide. The carbon monoxide then reacts with the iron oxide in the ore, resulting in the production of molten pig iron. Steelmaking. Basic oxygen furnace, BOF. In the BOF process, the molten pig iron from the blast furnace is transferred to a basic oxygen furnace. Oxygen is blown into the furnace, which oxidizes impurities such as carbon, silicon, and manganese, allowing them to be removed as slag. The addition of calculated amounts of alloying elements like manganese, chromium, and nickel can also be done at this stage to produce different types of steel. The remaining molten metal is then poured into a ladle for further processing. Electric arc furnace, EAF. In the EAF process, recycled steel scrap is typically used as the primary raw material. The steel scrap is placed into an electric arc furnace, where an electric current generates intense heat. Lime and other fluxes may be added to the furnace to remove impurities. Additionally, alloying elements can be added to the melt to achieve desired steel properties. The electric arc furnace melts the steel scrap, and the impurities are oxidized and removed as slag. The molten steel is then cast into molds or further processed. Refining and casting. After the steelmaking process, the molten steel undergoes further refining to achieve the desired composition and properties. Processes such as ladle refining, vacuum degassing, and alloy additions may be employed. The refined molten steel is then cast into various forms, such as slabs, billets, or ingots. Rolling and forming. The cast steel is reheated and passed through a series of rolling mills, where it is shaped into its final form. This can involve hot rolling, cold rolling, or other forming processes depending on the desired product, such as sheets, plates, bars, or structural shapes. Heat treatment and finishing. The steel products may undergo heat treatment processes, such as quenching and tempering, to further enhance their mechanical properties. After heat treatment, the steel is often subjected to surface treatments, such as galvanizing, painting, or coating, to improve corrosion resistance and appearance. It's important to note that the steelmaking process can vary depending on the specific type of steel being produced, the equipment used, and the desired end product. However, the steps mentioned above provide a general overview of the steelmaking process.